Which is that? Joe?
I don't know.
Do you know the Jonas Brothers?
I know Joe, Nick, and Kyle.
Dude, I was gonna say Kevin.
Brunch! Hit it, boys!
Give me 5 more minutes. Baby, I'm not finished loving you.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a Foreigner song.
Sure. Not a music guy.
You know Foreigner?
Nope.
You really don't know Foreigner?
I don't think so.
Damn. I made that joke on the fly, and that was okay. Like, if you'd understood it, that would have maybe been
Should have known your audience.
That's true. Fuck. I keep forgetting. Pete's all the way out on music. It's
Totally.
impressive. I'll text him like a song. I'll text him a song link now, and I'll be like, "Uh-oh, Moo brought the heat." No response.
I did send you a music thing last week, and you didn't respond. So, like, why do I even bother being in on music if I'm going to send a link and you're not going to listen to it?
You said,
and I sent it the best description or the most enticing, intriguing description you could ever want.
Horny Musgraves
Horny
alert.
Musgraves alert. I found a Casey Musgraves song with Miguel from like 3 or 4 years ago. And
oh man, so that Miguel must have been just like you're the weekend short of
like the horniest song of all
that
time.
being a crazy horny song.
Yeah, so like clearly he sprayed his horny. No, that sounds way grosser than I wanted it to. His aura in soaked her up or whatever. But like it's a great song. I think it's called Waves.
Okay,
and it's super horny.
Nice. Did we talk about the Casey Musgraves relationship development that popped up in the news?
No.
I definitely tweeted about it.
Is she dating Zach Braff?
I did a little virtue signaling.
Oh, okay.
You know, just felt it was the right time to let everyone know that you know, sometimes I think about the issues when the rest of you aren't. And it wasn't People or anything, but it was some entertainment outlet, and it said Casey Musgraves has deleted all pictures
I saw that,
of what's her Rustin Kelly? It was of Rustin Kelly.
Justin and Kelly?
The two were married like a year and a half ago or something like that. And it's like, don't report on that. Who's like searching someone's Instagram to be like, wait a second, there used to be more photos here. Who's gone? Husband's gone. Breaking. Casey Musgraves might have gotten a divorce. It's like when people were commenting on Emma Tillman's stuff after God's Favorite Customer came out, being like, hey, cool photo. While I'm here, you divorced now? Still like the worst. It's not the worst use of social media, but bad use.
Something that you can throw in like on a, hey, like officially filed for divorce. Oh, by the way, she deleted all the pictures from her Instagram profile.
Sure.
That's fine. But like when it's like, headline, Casey Musgraves deleting pics.
I found out that someone I know was dating a celebrity because the Twitter moment one time was like, uh-oh, are this celebrity and this person on the outs? And I was like, what? And I like zoomed in and I was like, what? It was the most absurd thing in the world.
That's unbelievable.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was somebody I went to college with, who I was in classes with, like nice person.
What?
And I was like, wait, and it was like, it's like a celebrity that you'd know. I'll tell you.
I've heard.
Really? Did I text you about it? Like,
yeah, my person
what
dated.
What the hell is this?
Yeah. That's wild.
Strangest day of my life. So I guess Instagram relationship sleuthing is...
that's not anything new. But
it's definitely not anything new.
No. I'm glad that they got rid of the activity page, because there's nothing worse than like, hey, this person liked this person's photos.
Oh,
does not exist anymore.
That was a thing?
Oh yeah. How do you think Jared
Carabas I don't
Carabas
in hot water as a result of that? But like,
no.
Oh, that's right.
Jared Carabas found out that Pablo Sandoval was liking pics while on the toilet.
No, and by hot water, I didn't mean like that. Like I was liking the wrong things or something. But the people would be able to like do math and be like, all right, that person's
like sleuthing your life, basically.
Yeah, you don't know my life. I will.
How did we get here?
Basically, what I'm saying is I'm in a relationship with Casey Musgraves now. She's the lead. No, I was started with the quote of that was the new Jonas Brothers song, but it more sounded like it would be like a Foreigner lyric or like an REO Speedwagon lyric. Foreigner saying, "I want to know what love is."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an REO Speedwagon saying, "I'm going to keep on loving you." So like that type of lyric. Give me 5 more minutes, baby. I'm not finished loving you. It's like a bad attempt at making a Foreigner REO Speedwagon song.
It's like it's basically like Happy Death Day. It's trying to be a parody of something that was a thing 20 years ago.
Right. The Jonas Brothers performed that song at the Grammys. You didn't watch the Grammys?
Come on.
I just
know your audience.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. It was. You think I give a shit about music's biggest night? I don't care about music's bad days. I'm not going to check out music's biggest night.
That's right.
It truly was music's biggest night. I saw the end of them. I saw like the last half hour. So basically, I saw all the Billie Eilish. She won everything. And she had a great speech when she won. Was it Album of the Year or Record? They did them in the wrong order. For some reason, they didn't announce.
Didn't they finish with Record?
Yeah. They're like, and now, for the one that no one knows what it means,
well, I think
let's end the show.
They probably ended up doing that because a lot of the times nobody fucking knows or cares about Album of the Year. Because
that's crazy. That's like the biggest.
No, obviously that's like the best picture.
Yeah,
but like Album of the Year in music though, like it's not necessarily the most popular shit. Like
you're
it's
right.
The Bon Iver.
Right, Bon Iver won it. Did I think Steely Dan won it in like the 90s, like way after Steely Dan was happening, and everyone was like, "Well, fuck, man, we were listening to these Backstreet Boys albums, getting prepped for this, and now now you screwed it up." There was a great Onion article that was like, Grammys once again accused of only shining light on music that people listen to. Because, like people, there's the Grammys, people are starting to talk about voting issues and shit, and just like some bad, unfair shit. But also there's always the complaint of, you're not really recognizing the best music. How come you're so obsessed with Taylor Swift? And it's like, because if you're talking about music now, like that,
right?
Taylor Swift has to be there. That's what she's the Michael Jordan.
And like there is something to say about like somebody being so popular.
Yeah,
like they got to be doing fucking something. I used to
say that all the time when I was in college. One of my buddies was a DJ at the radio station, and he showed me all this cool music, like music that I love now. Like he was like all into Cold War Kids, Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah, like really cool bands that now, not necessarily Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but like Miniature Tigers, bands that like I've really grown to love, to know and love over the years. But I'd also say to him, I'd be like Billy Joel is so good that everybody knows who he is. So it's like maybe these bands should be more like Billy Joel.
It's like McDonald's might not make the best hamburger in the fucking world, but they make a hamburger that's so consistent and like so appealing.
Great way of putting
that
it.
Everybody likes and eats it.
Right. There's a reason why Max Martin
It's the best hamburger business in the world.
Right. There's a reason why the stuff that Max Martin touches usually finds its way to the top of the charts.
Right.
That he's the trusted manufacturer. He's the McDonald's minus all of the cucking. But Billie Eilish won Album of the Year, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year, I believe.
Sure.
We're going to do this Grammys
I like that you're asking me, a person who has already admitted.
With Grammys and music questions. I have a time signature question, actually, I was going to bounce off your head. Also, help me with that, please. She won so many things. Mm-hmm. Lizzo didn't win a ton. And
she was nominated for the most, right?
She was nominated for the most, and I had my issues there because it was all songs that came out like 35 years ago.
Yeah.
She had a great performance to open the Grammys, and then Alicia Keys and Boyz II Men did a really cool tribute to...
Saw that. Did see that, because it had to do with Kobe Bryant. I watched it for work.
And that was really good. Alicia Keys, I'm not an Alicia Keys fan.
Yeah.
but she is such a good host.
Mm-hmm.
She
Did she host the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the second year in a row she's hosted it. In both years, I've been blown away by. She's the perfect host for this. I want her to host the Oscars. I want her to host other stuff. She's kind of like with the Adele thing. I'm like, hey, do you really like this person's voice, or are they just really charming?
Just got a
and
good
if
vibe.
the answer is they're really charming,
have them host stuff.
then have them host stuff. Like, I got no problem. Like, I think
Why doesn't Alicia Keys get like her own TV show? Like, why doesn't she get like her own Netflix show?
Right. Why give her the Kelly Clarkson show?
Oh yeah, that's
right?
true. I forgot
Kelly Clarkson got a show. Or you could pin them up against each other. Just rival musicians hosting talk shows. Tony Danza had a talk show, and he would sing on it. Ever tell you about that?
Nope.
I watched one episode, and it ended with, at the end, when he's like saying, hey, thanks for watching. Tomorrow we got a lot of cool guests. He was standing by a piano, and I was like, what's he doing here? And someone was playing piano, and he sang the show out.
Did they sing Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza?
No, he did. Hey, tomorrow's episode, we're going to have Pete Blackburn, Angelina Jolie, and Florence Pugh. It's been a great time. Thank you to everybody. Have a good day.
Angelina Jolie.
How lucky could one guy be?
That's pretty cool.
I kissed her and she kissed him. Yeah. Actually,
that's pretty cool,
now
man.
that I say it back, it was super cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to start doing that. Just like singing out at the end of anything.
I mean,
just be like,
we were
family
talking
gathering. Okay, guys, gotta head out. Got work, which is what you always say when you're leaving a family gathering when you have a weird work schedule and nobody can know for sure whether you have work.
I mean, we were talking about before we started recording this show. Like, we've got to be more careful about not hitting those, getting in trouble with the takedown notices or whatever from the songs on the show.
Oh, right.
Why don't you just cover them?
We should. We can do that.
Yeah.
It would take a second, but we could do it. We
just do it a cappella at the end of the show.
I like it. Did you see the Grammys? The Boyz II Men did some a cappella stuff with Alicia Keys.
I did see that. Yeah, I told
you.
The one part I watched. Who won Best New Artist?
Best New Artist was, I believe, Billie Eilish. Now I'm going to check. Grammy winners.
Which, again, I mean, we've touched on this. Not new.
Totally. And I was watching it, and we were like, let me see. Best New Artist was Billie Eilish. And the other nominees included Lil Nas X, Lizzo, Maggie Rogers, and there was a consensus of, don't give it to Maggie Rogers.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
I know that Best New
Artist
Artist means if they came out within the last 3 decades, then they qualify as Best New Artist. But again, Alaska was 2015.
For like the
biggest song came out like 5 years ago.
It's not her biggest song.
Alaska?
Light On is definitely her biggest song.
Really?
Yeah, no doubt.
Maybe because it was her biggest song.
Alaska was her like
was
breakout song.
Yo, I thought you were gonna say that.
No, Light On wasn't, but like Alaska was her breakout song. That's the song that she played for Pharrell.
Right, and then that was a hit. Let's see if we can get any chart information on.
Let me put her on Apple Music because they list the tracks in order of like popularity.
Okay, Alaska and Light On both went gold.
On the Apple Music charts, Light On is her number 1, Alaska number 2.
Gotcha. Alaska peaked at number 13 in adult contemporary.
What?
And number 15 in U.S. alt digital. Light On was 9 in U.S. alt digital. So I suppose that makes sense. Like the song after the song, like the hit.
Yeah, the song after the breakout.
Is the big one. At any rate, she had a top song, a very successful song in 2016. But I feel like it also it was released in 2016. At any rate,
that's still 4 years ago.
That was a really long time ago.
If we're going by definition, the best new artist is Lil Nas X.
By like who was the most successful? Who had that?
By like the best new artist
broke out in this last year. Yeah, I would have been very happy for Lil Nas X. I was happy for Billie Eilish.
Was he shut out?
What's that?
Was he shut out? Lil Nas X.
Oh, let me see. Lil Nas. I'll tell you, if we want to do a little Lil Nas X heat check, his outfit was...
Yeah, I mean, he's a fit king now.
Oh, for sure. he looked terrific. Let's see. Lil Nas X. I'm doing a Control F and rifling through these. Old Town Road won for Best Pop Duo Group Performance, the remix with Billy Ray Cyrus. Best Music Video was Old Town Road. I agree with that. And I think that's it.
I mean, if again, I'm not the music guy here, but like that should have won Best Record of the Year.
Yeah, that should have won Best Song. That should have won. I wanted,
but I'm glad that he is Grammy Award winner.
Yes,
Lil Nas X.
Mainly for the chaos. It's going to infuriate everybody.
Yeah, I mean, but like at the same time,
I
love the chaos.
Like, that's not when people are like, as long as we're acknowledging, like that's a bad song.
No, it's not.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
He made a super.
He
cool
made
song.
the most accessible, cool song of the year.
He made the most accessible country song, and country is so accessible that you hate it. It's so accessible that it is the dumbest thing in the world. It's like someone trying to stimulate you with 1 + 1. You're going to be annoyed when everything is, hey, what's 1 + 1? What's 1 + 1? So you're like, okay, I need something.
And I love the people
I don't see coming.
Yeah, exactly. Like I love the people that being like, this isn't country. It's like, well, the country that you want to be country is the exact same country that's just been smashed over your head nonstop for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Like I hate being that person who yucks other people's yums.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how the country that is popular is so popular because it is so fucking bad and soulless.
So dumb.
It's so soulless.
Soulless is a good way of putting it. That if it's meant to be shit, man, it's not for me.
That's not to say like all country sucks because it definitely does not. And
yeah,
but like the pop, so much of the
Stapletons
pop
and
country has been so bad for the past 10 years.
One of the best albums this past year was a country album. The Highwaymen was awesome, and last year the best
Highwaymen, was it the Highwaymen or Highwaywomen?
The Highwaymen,
okay.
So the Highwaymen was
the movie.
No, it was the supergroup. So this was like a it's not like a reboot of the Highwaymen, but it's
their own version.
Right. So the Highwaymen was Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, was Johnny Cash in there? The
Highwaymen was also a 2019 Netflix film.
The Highwaymen was Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, and Willie Nelson. So I got 2.5 of them correct. And then the Highwaymen is Brandy Carlisle, Maren Morris. I just stink at everything. But that was a great album. And I thought the best album overall last year was a country album, Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour. So awesome country is still happening. I mean, Father John Misty certainly dips into country and shit like that. So you can do it, but the super top 40 country stuff is rough. So I love it being disrupted, by a gay black kid, because that for some reason infuriated everybody. Didn't see that coming.
For some reason.
Right. Didn't see that coming with the country charts that were like, whoa. So Beyonce put out a country song, but is it really country? Yes. Play it, please. Yeah, but we're just not sure if it's country. Why? It's acoustic guitar and 3-part harmony. Yeah, I don't know, though. It's just like...
I can't put my finger on it.
Is it like really country? So, if anything, the last few years have really shined a light on country radio. Let's clean it up a little bit. Let's get a little better. Anyway, shout out Lil Nas X. And he just seems like the sweetest fucking kid in the world. Yeah,
absolutely.
So I love that guy. Congratulations to
somehow... became this overnight success and embraced it and stayed tolerable.
Yeah.
He's just this dude.
And Panini's a dope ass song.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know any other songs by him, but Panini's great. Haim did a terrific cover of it.
He just seems like a rare case of somebody just finding overnight success and staying humble and being just a cool ass dude.
One rough moment. So I saw the end of the Grammys, and then I started to rewatch the beginning of it, and I watched maybe the first half hour. Mm-hmm. Lizzo opens it, does a great job. Alicia Keys comes out, sings with Boys to Men. That's great. And then at some point, they have to kind of like transition back to everything that they've had planned for weeks and months and whatever. So they go to the next thing.
It's Blake Shelton.
And it was Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani making eyes at each other. And I'm like, man, not right now.
You had to do it.
Kobe died.
Yeah.
It was just, and I didn't know what I wanted.
I'm happy it was Blake
place.
Shelton, though.
What's
to
that?
be honest, I'm happy it was Blake Shelton.
Why?
Like if somebody had to fall on the sword, I'm glad. I'm glad it wasn't somebody that I like.
Yeah, I think that everybody, probably Blake included, would say, "Well, that was rough," but like somebody had to be the guy after that replaces. You know, in like when you say in sports, you never want to be the guy, like whoever the
guy
next
after
Patriots
the guy
quarterback is. You don't want to be the guy after the guy.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton had to be the guy after the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we've seen a lot of Blake Shelton, and there may be some Chalamet fatigue settling in with the whole Blake Shelton thing.
That's the last time that we'll ever compare Timothy Chalamet to Blake Shelton.
That's what you think. The night is young. So I guess that's all that we have to say about the Grammys. Did anything else happen? Did you watch
the Grammys?
Yes.
Did not. I haven't watched it in the 15 minutes since you last asked me.
I don't know. You and your phone, you're always doing something on that thing. I don't know what you're doing. Did you see? You see when Jonas Brothers sang that song I was talking about, though?
I did, because you sent it to me.
What'd you think?
I don't like really know what
I was talking about.
Yeah,
I said to you like, check it out, man.
Yeah, that's it. You didn't say like, hey, check out this thing, but like them going down the stairs. It doesn't like one of their voices cracks or something.
Okay, so someone, an engineer or somebody, a sound person set one of their auto tunes to the wrong key, and auto tune. People think that auto tune like exposes when you sing wrong, but that's not necessarily what it does.
It's just like an auto correction, right?
It's you can make it, if you want to do it like T-Pain, you can turn it up to a setting which is just chromatic, which means it goes to any note, whichever one's the closest to the one that you sang, and then it snaps to that. And if you make it very, very sensitive, it makes you sound like a robot, because nobody can sing completely perfectly. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, where it's more commonly used to actually like correct vocals is you can set it to a scale. So you'll say, okay, this song is in the key of A, and it's, okay, we're going to make the scale A major. So if you're singing, it will hit whatever, it'll go to whatever notes in that scale are near what you're singing. Mm-hmm. But if you set it to the wrong scale, then it means it's going to take it to notes that have no business being in that song. And seemingly, that's what happened with the Jonas Brothers, because this happened.
Oh, Jesus.
And that is, which, is that Joe?
I don't know.
Do you know the Jonas Brothers?
I know Joe, Nick, and Kyle.
Dude, I was going to say Kevin.
Yes, I think that's
Is
right.
Kevin the other one?
Yeah.
Lance. Anyway.
I was just going for the most random name.
Whichever one wasn't Nick was... And there's one that really just kind of hangs in the back and plays guitar.
I think that's Kevin.
So not the Sex by the Ocean person.
That's
Joe?
That's Joe Jonas.
So Joe is the one that was singing that.
Okay.
And that happened. My friend texted me during, he was like, yo, the Joe Bros have done it again. Had no idea what he was talking about, but I assumed there was some sort of flub in an award show, so I guess I had an okay idea of what he was talking about. Watched it back. Hilarious. But everyone's takeaway from that was apparently Nick Jonas had food in his teeth during it.
Did he?
So it was like, Grammy fail, look what the Jonas Brothers did. And then you click on it, it's like,
he's got
had
spinach.
some greens in his teeth, idiot. Which, I mean, legitimately, that fail, like that like auto-tune fail there, isn't the Jonas Brothers' fault.
Right.
That means that kid was probably singing it right.
Right, but anybody who likes the Jonas Brothers probably is going to blame it on the Jonas Brothers and be like, "Oh, they sounded terrible."
Right. Or the people just do the thing of, "Oh, you used auto-tune. That means you're bad."
The Mike from Woober thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a big move for Mike.
Oh, let me tell
Woober.
you, if Freddie Mercury were around right now, he'd be using the shit out of auto-tune.
Of course.
He's a super innovative dude.
Pretty sure he did.
How?
I Want to Break Free? Is no auto-tune there?
No, auto-tune was invented in like 97, I want to say. Or like the 90s.
Maybe like...
it was invented by the Army, accidentally.
What?
Yeah. I forget what... They were trying to measure something, and I don't even think it was like audio signals, but they found some sort of...
Like adjustment scale
thing,
or something?
And they were like, yo, I think we have the new Post-it notes on our hand.
I wonder if it was like a remastered version of like some of the Queen songs that I've listened to.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I swear that like I've heard it and been like, is that auto-tuned?
Freddie used auto-tune. Freddie so can't hang. So that's the Grammys talk, unless you saw them.
I don't have any other takeaways, to be honest with you.
Those are Pete's Grammy.
I didn't have many notes.
Name of the episode: Pete's Grammy takeaways. Hope you parentheses with Pete Blackburn. Buckle up. We've been knocking out the little mini episodes for the Best Picture nominees. Hope you guys are checking those out. I'll say we're having a lot of fun with them.
We are.
These like 5 to 12 minute episodes of things that we've already talked about, but we just kind of zoom out for a little bit and talk about it all.
And I'll say, like, we've done them for 2 years before this year, and like we had a lot less steam coming in to this year, where it was like, oh man, we gotta before we were like a month beforehand, we were like planning it out.
Yeah.
Like, here's when we'll release these ones.
Make
here's
these scales and whatnot.
And it's funny because like we knocked out all the movies this year before like the nominations came out. So we had all the time in the world to do these, but so we had a little less steam coming in, but I think we're having the most fun that we've ever had with them.
I agree. And listeners, Patreon people, whatever, give us some feedback on this. I like these ones because I feel that it's just like a
free-flowing discussion.
Right. It's just like I need something about this movie, and it should cover most bases. It's not, if you haven't listened to them, it's not as, what grade do you give this? We don't talk about grades or anything. We just talk about the movie for a little bit, and if you've seen the movie, it's just like a nice little post-conversation. We've brought up stuff that I don't think we'd brought up before.
Bob Odenkirk in Little Women.
For example. Yes. Bob Odenkirk in Little Women. We had a blast doing the Ford versus Ferrari one. We had a blast doing the Irishman one, and we're continuing to knock them out. So give those a listen. Next week, our episode is going to be just a big Oscars preview where we do picks and discussion for Best Picture, Best Actor, Actress, Supporting, Director, the whole nine. Maybe we'll get into Best Original Score if one of us isn't so hot on the music element of any of the movies. His biggest complaint on most of the movies is there was music in it.
Yeah, it's like,
we're not going to say who it was.
I might have to, or this person might have to be out on movies if they continue going in the direction of music.
If we put out those cards like we did last year that just say like, here's what we thought of the movie, and then we did some pros and cons. The pros for all of them were not Bohemian Rhapsody. Cons for all of them was too much. We should do too much music. Too much music. If I wanted music, I'd go to a concert.
Or I'd go to
too much music. If I wanted music, I'd watch Bohemian Rhapsody, and then one of the pros is going to be not Bohemian Rhapsody.
If I wanted a lot of talking with a little bit of music interspersed, I'd go to a Father John Misty concert.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think we've abandoned a little bit of the structure on the music or the movie reviews, the mini ones, but the next week's episode is definitely going to have we're going in on the Oscars preview, and we're going to I would assume that we're going to kind of lay out our picks for not only the Oscars, but our picks for the best movies of the year, because we had discussed our favorites but not the best. So we'll go some of our best of next week. And then also, I think we should probably go in on some of the betting, because I'm definitely going to bet the Oscars.
Yeah.
And I know we had a brief discussion on that beforehand, but we'll have our picks for next week, and it should be a lot of fun.
We've also got some. We've got an update on the best movies currently on Amazon Prime Video. Let's run through them. Silence of the Lambs, 1991.
Nice.
It's in 118 minutes, and Jodie Foster is in it. Midsommar, 2019. Hell yeah. I would, but I already own it. The Virgin Suicides, 1999. I remember that title, but I don't remember that movie. Who's in it? This is 5 girls who make a suicide pact after the youngest sibling kills. I don't want that movie.
That sounds bad.
We're adding that to the worst thing you could watch. I hate that. A Quiet Place, 2018. You can check that out on Amazon Prime Video. The Avengers, 2012. Maybe I'll dip into that.
The Avengers?
Yeah.
That
Maybe
doesn't seem like your kind of thing.
Maybe I'll check that out. Fast Color, 2018. The Last Black Man in San Francisco, 2019. So we've discussed this. A lot of A24 films on Amazon Prime right now. Suspiria?
Yeah, the A stands for Amazon. Amazon 24. It's just Amazon Prime is 24.
For 24 hours.
24 movies.
Suspiria, 2018. Dakota Johnson plays Susie, a young dancer who arrives at a prestigious academy where disturbing happenings begin to take place.
Interesting.
What's that? I've never heard of that movie.
I don't know, but Dakota Johnson, you're a fan.
I love Dakota Johnson. It's a Wonderful Life, 1946. Who the hell's watching that? Who's watching It's a Wonderful Life in February?
It's a good call. I believe they have It's a Wonderful Life in color, too, on Amazon Prime.
Even more boring. Short Term 12?
Short Term 12 is fucking unbelievable.
Really?
Absolutely. That's with Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, and it would appear Lakeith Stanfield.
Yep. That movie is
Rami
unbelievable. Malek. One of the most underrated movies of the past decade.
Mid-90s. Great movie. So that's Amazon right now is cornering the market on movies that start with mid that I really like.
That's true.
Lady Bird. Hereditary. Ooh, I could check out Hereditary.
Don't.
I don't want to. First Reformed. All right, I don't care about any of this anymore. How you doing on seeing the remaining movies you need to see?
I need to see Judy and Pain and Glory, and I believe
Mr. Rogers.
Have seen it.
I've seen Mr. Rogers. I've seen Pain and Glory. I saw Judy, and liked to quite liked it. It's hashtag better than Rocket Man.
Okay.
And Renee Zellweger absolutely deserves Best Actress for it.
God, I hate that. I'm
not.
You
still want to see that movie?
I don't want to see that movie, and I don't like Renee Zellweger.
She's really good in it.
Damn it! That upsets me.
Yeah, it's good, and it's not a great movie, but it's good. You're gonna enjoy it.
Will I enjoy
it?
I don't like music.
You don't like music, and you don't like Renee Zellweger. So
will I enjoy it?
I think you're gonna really dig it.
Is it a good story at least?
Oh yeah, it's about
I know
someone
it's
who's
about
been
Judy
on drugs
Garland,
their whole life right before they're about to die. It's just a real pull your heartstrings, real feel good movie. It's the best.
I mean, you could have said the same thing about Bohemian Rhapsody, and that movie sucked.
That's true.
So, I'm gonna knock them out in the next week or so, but I'm not feeling the pressure just because there's not a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock those out. I've although I want to watch like Parasite again, and I want to watch Jojo Rabbit again. I just want to rewatch all these movies as they come out on demand. But I'm like, David, work.
Do what you need to do first.
Work. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah. Do your homework, and then you want to go play video games.
I guess like the real one that I have to see is Pain and Glory, because I need to know where Antonio Banderas stacks up in that Best Actor category.
Right. That's a good call.
Because I've said on record I wouldn't be mad if Jonathan Pryce won. I think there's been pushback on that. A lot of people not favoring that. But we'll see. Adam Driver, I right now is my pick.
Love him
for should win. But I think that Joaquin Phoenix is going to win. But I do need to see Pain and Glory just to see where Antonio Banderas falls.
Yeah. Want to do a music festival heat check?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a big music episode for.
I know, it sucks
for PD quarter notes. Which we PD eighth notes?
Sure.
That's not a. I'm gonna give you some options for a music nickname.
All right.
PD Staccato Pete.
No.
PD eighth notes. That's okay. That sounds like PDA.
I also feel like that could like insinuate that I'm a drug dealer.
Like eighth notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, yo, let me get an eighth note.
How about
Well, like Petey Pipes or something.
Half Measure Pete? Or
that just sounds like I'm in Breaking Bad.
Let's see. What's a music term that's Piccolo Pete? Old Piccolo Pete. He's always playing music. Piccolo Pete's okay. No,
it's not the best of the bunch so far.
Yeah. Let's see.
Petey Percussion Pants.
Percussion Pete. That's okay. Petey Triplets. I don't like doing the like Davy Blank or Petey Blank. That's kind of played.
That's literally the only ones that you're throwing out right now.
I know. That's why I don't like them so far. Let's see. Double bass pedal Pete. No. We'll think about it. Anyway, back to double bass pedal Pete's music episode. Little music festival heat check. Boston Calling just came out with its lineup after a long wait. People were really
a slow reveal. Yeah, they revealed the headliners a while ago.
They revealed 2 headliners a while ago. They said it had Foo Fighters and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then shortly after, Red Hot Chili Peppers replaced Josh Klinghoffer with John Frusciante again. So it was like, all right, they got Foo Fighters and they got the real Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that seemed exciting. And then they leaked out. Somebody leaked out Rage is going to be there. So then people got really, really excited. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the lineup came out, and the rest of the lineup is fine.
I would say solid.
It's not an amazing undercard.
It's top heavy for sure.
Right. And seemingly their plan is to just get tippity top headliners and have crazy expensive tickets and hope that works out. And honestly, it's a bold strategy. Let's see how it plays out for them. I don't know if people are going to buy a lot of $450 tickets to see all that. One of my coworkers made an excellent point. If you're going to see Rage Against the Machine because you love Rage Against the Machine and you identify with Rage Against the Machine, their music means something to you, and you're spending $450,
you're fighting
on a ticket,
against, you're like being so counterproductive to what everything.
Hate you.
Yeah.
You are keeping the machine's belly so full. You are so going against what they stand for. I think it's such an interesting point. I don't know if I'm going to go.
So here's the thing: like, if I'm going to spend $450, if I'm going to spend close to $500 for a weekend of music,
which is a vacation,
exactly.
That's like an okay weekend vacation.
Yeah. If I'm going to spend that much money, it's probably not going to be in the city that I live in.
Right.
And like, it's going to be at a music festival where there's more to it than Boston Calling.
Right.
Boston Calling is pretty much just the music.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because like we're on vacation when we go to Lollapalooza or we go to somewhere or Austin City Limits, but it's like almost as much about just the experience of being in that place.
Yeah.
And it would be so hard for me to commit to spending that much money for Boston
when you've
Calling.
seen it before and you've been there.
Right.
And I totally know what you're saying. And the idea of like, hey, let's dip out for a few hours and go to a bar or go get a bite to eat. When you're in your hometown, that's like it's probably more likely
go to the
like,
same place that we've been to
you know what?
Fucking dozen times.
Let's go to a bar or something. Oh, okay, well if we're heading out, I should probably go home and walk my dog and like shit like that. So I don't know if people are gonna go and what's gonna happen, but those are some choice headliners.
Also, but also this is the exact kind of lineup card that I hate because it's good enough to pique my interest.
Yeah,
and good enough to be like, damn, I kind of want to go, but it's not good enough for me to be able to justify that price where I need to go.
And you're going to have FOMO the days
exactly.
off. I remember that happened last year. I didn't go at all. And there was one day that I was like, man, if I kind of wish I'd gotten a ticket, and I didn't go, and I just had pretty bad FOMO. I'm sure it's going to happen this year, but
I feel like what's going to end up happening is that I'm probably going to end up buying like a single day ticket to just Sunday.
Yeah.
I want to see
Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah, I want to see Phoebe Bridgers. I want to see the 1975. Probably end up staying for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
If I were there, I would definitely. I didn't need to see Red Hot Chili Peppers when we saw them at Lollapalooza because it wasn't their proper lineup. But now that John Frusciante's back, I would happily see them.
But like, I mean, Saturday I think is the weakest day.
Yeah.
Run the Jewels, I love. Rage Against the Machine, I love.
Being the same day is a smart move for them.
Oh, absolutely. But Friday's pretty good too because they have the Struts. They have Sharon Van Etten,
yes,
Jason Isbell.
Friday has the best undercard. I would say. Yeah. Friday has the best undercard, but Sunday has undercard artists that I want to see the most.
Like more appealing to your interests,
right? Like I'd rather see Phoebe Bridgers than Sharon Van Etten, but Sharon Van Etten is Friday with Jason Isbell and a bunch of other acts I'd want to see. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll go to one. Maybe I'll go to a couple. I don't know. But then like I look at so it's $450 for a ticket. Then I look at Osheaga, which is $250 for the weekend, and it's like just as good, if not better.
And that's what, Montreal?
And yeah, and you're like.
Montreal's great too.
Yeah.
And it's not that far away.
Right.
Like,
I actually thought about it. I looked at it and I was like, man, so Kendrick is Sunday there. Foo Fighters, I think, are Friday. I was like, I could go Friday. I could buy a weekend pass, go Friday, take Saturday off to do Montreal stuff, and then dip back in for Sunday.
And from everything that I've heard, like Osheaga is a much more well-run festival.
Oh, totally. It's on its own island, and like once you get there, you're there. But it's a great time.
Like Boston Calling has gotten much, much better over the past couple of years, but it's still not that well run. Like I'm sure there are going to be issues that pop up, and like when you're paying $450, you don't want to deal with that shit. If you're paying $450, you want a very clean, pristine experience at the festival, and I just don't know if you're going to get that from Boston Calling.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's Pete's music episode.